Join me, everyone. Let's catch the wave on Arirang Radio. All right, everyone, here we go. Welcome back. It's time for K-Talk with Hyunwoo. Once again, he's here in the studio, sitting right next to me. Thank you very much, Hyunwoo. How are you today?
I'm feeling very good.
Yeah, it's Friday, so TGIF to you as well.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to spending the rest of the Friday after this.
Okay, enjoying it. Maybe some of our listeners are also having some nice plans for the weekend. Stay tuned. Today, we will be teaching you some Korean expressions as usual, and we will also answer some of your questions regarding Korean language or Korean culture, and we will also air some of your audio clips. We received some voice messages, so I guess we have a lot in store for you.
Awesome.
Now, Hyunwoo, every single week when you come into the studio, we actually share some fun, interesting expressions for our listeners.
That's right.
And today, I guess you probably have two expressions for us once again.
Yes, that's right. Today is no exception. And today I have prepared two expressions.
Yeah.
And the first one, I asked you before the show, and you didn't know this.
I didn't know this expression, actually, and I've never used it, but I understand now what it means. So we're going to share it with you.
I see.
What is it?
Okay, so the first expression is 뒷북치다.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
So
뒷북치다. You know what 북 is, right?
북 is like a drum, this
Yes.
traditional drum.
Yeah, drum.
Yeah.
북 and
치다 means like to hit or
Yes.
right?
치다. So 북치다 means to hit the drum or play the drum. And 뒤 is behind. So
behind.
when you are playing the behind drum or the back drum, you could say you're 뒷북치다.
뒷북치다. So what would that mean? I'm playing the behind drum, the back drum, or I don't know. What does that mean?
Okay, so this is a bit difficult or too complicated to translate into like a one phrase in English.
Okay.
But whenever you have talked about something and there's always this one person who hears about the news really late,
Yes.
much later than the rest, and then he or she comes like really excitedly running to the crowd. Did you guys know that? And then you can say you're drumming or you're hitting the back drum.
Okay, so basically you use this expression when one person is out of date or is always late in terms of news or maybe updates.
Yes. So when someone is fussing around about something that everybody else knows really late, you can say that this person is hitting the back drum. 뒷북치다.
Like, so let's say someone just, tunes in on Catch the Wave and notices that we have a show and we have a segment where we teach Korean. And this friend goes to another big fan of Catch the Wave and then tells it, hey, did you know Hyunwoo teaches Korean on Catch the Wave?
Yeah, that could be a good example of 뒷북치다. And also, since I make a lot of videos online and I post lots of videos where I show my wife or my wife is talking to me in those videos.
Okay.
But there are people who haven't watched my videos for quite a while.
Okay.
And then they come back and they write a comment saying, oh my God, you're married now?
Hey, did you know Hyunwoo just got married? Oh, he's been married for 2 years now.
Yes. There are always other people who comment to that comment, reply to that comment saying, you didn't know, you must be new here or you've been around, you haven't been around for a while, things like that. And the message that they would be able to write in Korean would be 뒷북.
뒷북치다.
Yes.
뒷북치다.
You know what? Actually, since 뒷북치다 is a verb, like a verbal expression, it's a verb, like the expression itself. So you have to kind of conjugate it in order to make it a noun.
So how would you use it then?
So people just drop the verb.
Oh, it's a 뒷북.
Yeah, 뒷북. So
I can say 현우 왜 이렇게 뒷북이야?
뒷북이에요. Yeah, 왜 뒷북이야?
Why are you so late? Why are you so behind everyone?
So when you're calling something or someone 뒷북, it's usually about the action or the behavior, not the person. So Adrian himself, you yourself cannot be a 뒷북.
No.
What you're doing is 뒷북.
I see. Okay. I understand. So you use this expression with your friends, with people. And the funny thing is that I'm guessing that maybe you also, the listeners, you probably have a friend who's always like this.
Yes.
In a group, you always have one person who's always like
right.
late and comes in like, oh, did you know? It's amazing. And then everyone already knew.
I think this usually happens with dating. When new couples are made,
yes,
people usually can read the atmosphere and they can sense that these two people are dating, but there's always this one person, even after this couple is publicly dating, this person is like, oh, can you sense this chemistry between the two?
Can you see they're actually dating right now?
Yeah,
do you see what I see?
And everybody else will be like,
everyone already knew.
뒷북치지 마.
Okay, very good. So that's the first expression for our listeners today. We'll be back after the song break, and we will teach you another fun expression. I like the second expression we're going to be teaching our listeners today. It's actually really fun and very visual too. So let's play some music for now, everyone. Stay with us. This is Infinite H featuring Bumkey, Special Girl. That was Infinite H featuring Bumkey. Welcome back. Catch the Wave continues. We have Hyunwoo in the studio. K-Talk with Hyunwoo.
Everybody.
Yes, thank you very much for being here. And I know you have many fans also listening to the program, Hyunwoo.
Who?
You're
Me?
very popular overseas.
Me?
Yeah.
I think you're talking about someone else.
So who?
You.
No. No, but for those of you who are listening for the first time, Hyunwoo is basically running this website called talktomeinkorean.com, and he basically offers free content, and you can learn Korean with his videos, and it's really, really fun. So you definitely should check out his website, talktomeinkorean.com, if you've never been there before, and you'll have more details. Now, let's talk about the second expression today. I mentioned before the song break that I thought it was very visual, and I really liked it. What is it?
Okay, let me give you the Korean phrase first.
Here it is.
And it is 두 손 두 발 다 들다.
I like the little drawing here. You have a little man sitting on a chair, and he has his hands and his feet up in the air.
Exactly.
So what does this mean?
All right, so 두 손 is two hands.
Two hands.
두 발 means 2 feet or 2 legs.
I'm trying to raise my 2 feet, this one.
So don't do it here in the studio, please. Okay. Just kidding. So 다 means all or everything, and 들다 is to lift or hold something up.
Put up in the air. Your 2 hands and your 2 feet. 두 손 두 발.
다 들다.
다 들다.
So you can easily imagine a situation where someone is doing some yoga practice. You know,
it's a hard exercise.
Yeah.
Your feet and your hands in the
I guess
air.
it would be harder if you're doing with your belly on the floor. Like arch.
Oh,
you know?
the opposite way.
Yeah.
Reverse.
Even
hard.
with your butt on the floor, it's pretty hard. So why do people do that?
Why do they do it? I don't know.
When
do you use this expression? I would raise my hands, when I want to
surrender?
Yeah, like I'm fighting with someone, and it's like cowboy and Indian. So my hands in the air.
I'm not armed.
Yeah. Don't kill me, please.
Yeah. So that's sort of related to surrendering and giving up, right? So this expression is also related to giving up, but you could actually only raise your hands if you are surrendering, giving up. But because you're also lifting up your feet, you're exaggerating.
Double surrender.
Yes, double surrender. And you don't say this when you're just giving up, but you're saying you can say this when you give up on someone.
Oh, really?
Yes, but not because this person is bad or this person is leaving you, but because this person, against your hopes and expectations, is not meeting your expectations. So, for example, a mother is telling her son to stop watching TV. Right, and she's been yelling at this kid for
like a few months.
For a few months, or even like for a few hours on that day.
Okay, like she's very angry. He doesn't listen to her.
Yeah, still watches TV, still watches like these movies and TV shows. And the mom would go crazy and say, 두 손 두 발 다 들었다.
Okay, now I don't know what to do with this kid. He's driving me crazy.
Yeah, so in that kind of situation, you were trying to change a person's behavior, trying to, change this person's habits. but you failed.
It didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work. It's not always easy. You talked about TV. I think for little kids, when I was also a little kid, I used to sometimes play video games, and sometimes you would really fall into them, right?
Yes.
So I would play, and then my mom would like try to hide my little device, and I would take it back, and then she would get very upset. And, but I think she never surrendered. That's the problem. My mom was very what should I say? Kind of Korean. She's French, but she was very Korean, I think, in terms of education.
So in that case, I think you were the one who 두 손 두 발 다
Yeah, I had to surrender. Okay, Mom. Okay.
So yeah, sometimes I think this is usually a bad thing when someone 두 손 두 발 다 들어요 on you. But
because it means you're basically losing hope, and you just don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, someone is like doing that to you, that's a bad thing. But for example, if a student studies too hard, and her or his parents are worried, and they tell this person, hey, you should go to bed, honey, you should sleep, it's 1 a.m. And this student really wants to or really likes to study, and the parents can say, 두 손 두 발 다 들었어요, she really likes to study. That's a really good thing.
Okay, so it could be used, in a positive way or in a negative way.
Yeah, basically you're being very stubborn, very too consistent with your habits or your behavior, and the other people can give up on you.
Yeah, Hyunwoo, you're a bit like that with your company, no? You're on the alert 24/7, no? You work too hard.
I tend to work too hard.
Yeah. So your wife probably tells you,
no, I think she likes
두 손 두 발 다 들었어.
She likes it, but my parents say 두 손 두 발 다 들었어요.
Why? Your parents think you should work less?
I think everybody around me thinks that I should work less.
But you're okay with it?
I'm okay with it. I love it.
Okay, because when you do something you love, I guess time doesn't count, money doesn't count, and all that matters is the response you get from your global audience.
Exactly. So I feel very rewarded for doing what I do. So imagine when you want to use this expression, imagine someone or yourself lying, like rolling on the floor with both your hands and feet up in the air, like, kill me, I give up,
I give up, I surrender.
Yeah.
두 손 두 발 다 들다.
Yeah,
okay, that's the expression today. We'll show it to you once again. A beautiful drawing by Hyunwoo. By the way, you can watch our videos on YouTube, right? They can watch some of the previous shows as well.
Exactly. If you go to YouTube and type in Catch the Wave, you can see our conversations in video.
And we've been teaching you 2 expressions every single day for
quite a while.
Quite some time now.
Yes.
Quite some time. So we have actually quite a lot of videos on YouTube that you can find, Hyunwoo and I. So check those out and tell us what you think. And if you have also an expression that you would like us maybe to talk about on the show, you can also send us a message on the message board on Facebook, or even our email address, catchkoreanwave@gmail.com, and it will be a pleasure for us to tackle your expression.
Yes.
I guess we'll take a little song break, and we'll be back in the second hour. In the second hour, we will air some of your voice messages, your audio clips, you talking, singing, acting in Korean, and we will also answer some of your questions once again, so stay tuned. The song we're going to play right now is Mighty Mouth featuring Lynne, 이럴 때면. See you soon. Yes, everyone, let's catch the wave. You're right on time for K-Talk with Hyunwoo. We are in the second hour of our program here on this Friday. TGIF to all our listeners, and we will now be listening to some of your audio clips, and you can participate every single week if you are learning Korean right now, and if you want to send us your voice messages, the email address is catchkoreanwave@gmail.com. Now, we've received many messages from the past. We had twins singing, we had little babies talking, we had just people copying some scenes from dramas or movies. We also had people following their favorite, K-pop groups. So, I mean, you can do the same, and you can be creative. You don't have to be necessarily all alone. You can even invite some of your friends and do it together. So yeah, just participate and enjoy the program. So where are we going first here? We have a message from... Who is it?
Roxanne
Tieng?
I think, from Singapore.
That's right. She says, Hi, Adrian and Hyunwoo 선생님. 안녕하세요. I'm following the broadcast every week without fail.
Awesome.
I love this program. That's what she says. She's been learning Korean for about 2 years now, and she finds it really, really fun. And she's also very happy to hear about the expressions we introduce, because sometimes they don't teach these expressions in the books, if you know what I mean. And then she is now introducing her little clip here. She says, I saw this episode of Hello Baby where Ijun, a member of M Black, was feeling a little bit ogure, a little bit sad because of the other members. They were blaming him for making a little child cry, but the child was actually behaving really badly in the first place. So this is a clip of her saying what he expressed during the interview.
Wow.
And Hyunwoo, she also wants you to correct her in terms of pronunciations and also intonations when we listen to her message.
Okay,
Is that all right?
Yeah, I can do that definitely for you. And I think this is the first time that someone like recorded something off of an interview.
Yeah, probably
so
the first
everybody's
time.
being very innovative.
No, that's great. Let's listen to it, and we'll give you some details when we come back.
피해자는 저라고 생각하는데 그 친구가 필살기로 울음을 터뜨렸기 때문에 어떻게 할 방법이 없었어요. 나도 울지 않은데.
This person seems to be really upset.
Yeah, I mean,
something happened, but
it's a very good imitation of Ijun of M Black, I think.
Yeah, you're copying exactly what he said and the words he used in his interview. Why don't you maybe translate for us what she just said?
Okay, so line by line. 피해자는 저라고 생각하는데 I think I'm the victim. 그 친구가 필살기로 울음을 터뜨렸기 때문에 here 그 친구 doesn't mean that friend but that child, I guess. The child used crying or tears as his last weapon.
Yeah.
어떻게 할 방법이 없었어요. I couldn't do anything about it. 다들 울지 않는데. Now, I'm not sure about the meaning of this sentence. 다들 울지 않는데.
다들 울지 않는데.
Everybody is not crying.
Yeah, or maybe little kids don't always cry when I do this. I don't know.
That's right. Maybe.
Something like this.
Yes.
And
pronunciation-wise, I think everything was really awesome. I was surprised to hear 필살기.
Yeah, 필살기.
It's usually used in games.
It's like killer weapon, right?
Yeah. The ultimate attack.
Yeah, attack, ultimate tool, weapon.
Yes.
필살기.
Something that you save until the very last stage.
Yeah.
So that you can survive or you kill the last
until
king
the
or
end.
something. Anyway, so that was perfect. Other than that, I think the only part that I would like to correct is 울음을.
Maybe we can listen to it right now once again.
필살기로 울음을 터뜨렸기 때문에.
Yeah, so 울음을, if you kind of make that liaison work a little more fluidly, that would be nice.
Once again, how do you pronounce?
Because now she pronounced it as 울음을.
울음을.
Yeah.
So it's not 울음을, it's
울음을.
울음을.
A little softer.
Okay, a little softer. And maybe any other part you would like to
Not really.
correct?
I'm not so sure about the last sentence, so I'll pass on that.
Okay, we'll pass on that. So that's really good, actually. Congratulations, and thank you very much for sending in your message from Singapore, Roxanne. You've been learning for 2 years, but I think you're really doing well.
I think so too.
Yeah, only 2 years. That's actually a rather short time, to learn a language. So I guess you're probably enjoying some Korean drama, some Korean music, and also the program. Continue your hard work.
Yeah, please keep it up.
Yes, let's move on to a second message here. We have another message sent in by one of our listeners, Melody Sim, or Shim, I'm not too sure, saying, Hey Adrian and Hyunwoo, I'm Melody from Singapore as well, and I would like to share with you my recorded clip. My recorded clip is part of the song Wow by B2B. And then she basically wrote down the lyrics. Why don't we listen to it first, and then we'll come back to some of her message.
한순간 feel 왔어 먼 순간 딱 걸렸어 어떻게 난 어떻게
Oh, wow.
어떻게 난 어떻게
Nice.
한순간 feel이 왔어
Awesome.
Very good.
Yes.
I like your flow too. Wow, B2B, that's actually a part of their song. And she says, the reason why I chose this part from Wow is because I like the phrase 딱 걸렸어. And she says, which means in English, gotcha. Gotcha.
You got busted.
Yes, gotcha. 딱 걸렸어. I thought that it would be nice to share with everyone how this phrase could be used in different situations, and I hope that Catch the Wave will choose my clip. Well, there you go. You're the lucky listener for today's Catch the Wave and today's K-Talk with Hyunwoo. Yeah, I also like this song as well. 딱 걸렸어. What does that really mean? How can you use this in different ways, Hyunwoo?
Okay. 딱 is just a way to make it sound more lively. And 걸렸어 is you got caught, you got busted, or I caught you, I got you. So when someone gets caught doing something, this person who caught the person can say 딱 걸렸어. I got you. I saw you stealing that. I saw you doing that secretly. Or when someone was looking for example, a girl or a boy, I think in this situation, the singer is saying 딱 걸렸어. I know I got you as my girlfriend or something.
Like you are my target.
Yes.
And I am gonna get you.
I just got you.
딱 걸렸어. And 딱, you refer to it as like the sound. It's like 딱.
딱 걸렸어.
So it's like to emphasize this feeling.
Or when you stick something to something else, the 딱 feeling is when it matches completely.
Yeah.
Or it sticks perfectly, like very strongly.
Like two magnets.
Yes.
딱 걸렸어.
So it's kind of an onomatopoeia describing the sound.
All right, let's listen to it once again.
한순간 feel 왔어 먼 순간 딱 걸렸어 어떻게 난 어떻게
Oh man, I want
Nice.
some more. You should have continued a little bit more.
Yes, maybe next time she can continue singing.
No, thank you very much. I think her pronunciation was overall
Very good.
Good, right?
Very good.
Okay, you can do the same, listeners. Thank you very much. Two great messages here today. Melody from Singapore, and also here Roxanne from Singapore as well. Maybe you guys are friends, or maybe you can become friends. You're from
Exactly.
the same country. Who knows? But thank you very much. We'll take a little song break. When we come back, we're going to be answering some of your questions. Stay tuned, everyone. And if you have any curiosities, yes, send them in. This is B2B with Wow. That was Wow by B2B, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the song. We have some more music coming up. We still have some time. And as usual, we will now be answering some of your questions. We have Hyunwoo in the studio. Now, we have some time here, and we always like to take in some questions from our global audience. And I know that many of our listeners are actually starting to learn Korean, or maybe you're already well advanced in your education, your Korean language education. Whatever the case, yes, you can send us any type of questions related to Korean culture, to Korean language, and Hyunwoo and I will do our best to basically answer some of your curiosities. First, this is not really a question related to Korean language, but more a technical question here. From your website, talktomeinkorean.com, how can listeners download some of the lessons?
Okay, so thank you, Amira, Amira from Tunisia for the question. So, you can go to the website and you see that there are lessons that are divided into different levels.
Yeah.
And levels, by levels we mean grammatical levels.
Okay.
So simple ones will be in level 1 and more difficult ones in higher levels.
Naturally.
Yeah, so you can go to the first level if you are beginning to learn and click on the audio player and just listen, or right click on the MP3 button and download it, or click on the PDF button and download the PDF completely for free.
So you don't need to pay?
No, you don't need to pay.
Because Amira was also asking us, does she have to pay?
No, you don't have to sign up or pay or anything. You can just start learning, and then when you want more, there will be some things that you can buy, but for
most of it is
beginners, you don't really need to sign up.
Available for free online. So go ahead, visit talktomeinkorean.com, and if you have any trouble, then you can always come back to us and we'll try to help you out. Let's go to another question. Now, I've had this problem many times when I first came to Korea. Anka Stratula from Romania sending us a question. 안녕하세요, 현우 선생님. My questions are related to Korean names. Korean names. Is there any easier way to differentiate whether a name is a boy's name or a girl's name? How do you figure that out? How do you know? It's very confusing at times. That's what she says. And I completely agree because it's a second or maybe third language or fourth language maybe for you. So if you've never lived in Korea, if you don't have many Korean friends, you don't know if this name is a guy's name or a girl's name. It's not natural.
I think it's the same in other languages as well. But in Korean, since the Korean names, most Korean names are just two syllables. And
That's true.
And well,
usually you have the last name, which is usually one syllable, and then you have your first name, which is usually two syllables.
Yes. So since Korean names are so short, I think there's less diversity in terms of how a name can be formed. But still, there are some, not rules, but some tendencies toward female names or more male names. So I think the only way that Korean people tell whether a person's name is female or male is from experience. So it's very difficult.
Hyunwoo, that's a guy's name.
Hyunwoo? Yes. So when someone hears Hyunwoo, I think if you ask 100 people in Korea, no one would answer that would be a girl's name.
Yeah.
It's impossible because they've never met a girl whose name is Hyunwoo.
Yeah.
So just like that. But if you were to actually be able to judge, judge whether this person's name is female or male, there are some tricks that you can use. So for example, if you hear some really strong vowels or sounds like uk or chang, it's highly unlikely that
to be a girl.
Yeah, that to be a girl. So
okay.
For example, chang-uk, never a girl.
No.
Chang-su, never a girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these strong vowels.
Strong sounds, I guess.
Strong
not
sounds.
Only vowels. So when you hear uk, like ji-uk, seung-uk, never a girl.
Okay.
But for example, ji and su together, ji-su, I think it can be either a girl or a boy.
Chisu.
Chisu.
Or names like Eugene.
Eugene can be very
that could
neutral.
be, but that's also in English. It could be a guy's name or a girl's name as well.
Yeah. So for example, here Anka took the
Sujin.
name Sujin, for example.
Sujin. Is that that's a girl's name? Sujin.
Girl's name, because
Sujin.
no rule there. So for example, if you switch the order of those two letters, Jinsu, that's a boy's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's confusing because it's the same two syllables, but you just reverse them. So Sujin is a girl's name and Jinsu is a guy's name.
Yeah, and there's no explanation.
That's really hard. So I guess, Anka, we don't have a rule for you to follow exactly. I guess it's gonna come with experience. And I mean, don't worry about this. This is not the most important thing when you start learning. Maybe this will come later on. And if you come to Korea and if you make Korean friends naturally, even me, sometimes I don't know when I read a certain name. I don't know if it's a girl 100% or a guy 100%. So it's all right. You'll be fine. But thank you very much. And I know many listeners are probably asking themselves the same question. Yes, so very legitimate. Maybe one last question here. We have Nami sending us a message from Canada. I recently came across your website, talktomeinkorean.com, and also Catch the Wave. And I wanted to let you guys know that you're doing an amazing job. The show is amazing. I was hooked instantly. And thank you very much for the plethora of information, is what she says. And then she's asking us a question about these double ending consonants. You know, in some words, let's take an easy example, like chicken. Chicken is tak in Korean,
but
right?
you don't write it with one consonant at the end.
So you have tigut, that's ta, and then on the bottom you have liul and kiok.
Exactly, kiok.
Right? So it's 4 letters in total, and you have 2 ending consonants. And she's asking us, so how do we pronounce this word? Is it pronounced tal or is it pronounced tak?
I see. So there are many rules that you can look up and try to study, but since we don't have hours to discuss that matter on the show right now.
I don't even know the rule.
I mean, not everybody knows. You don't have to actually know all the rules to be able to pronounce these things correctly.
Yes.
But for example, in the word 닭, 디귿, 리을, 기역.
Yeah.
When you compare the two consonants, 리을 and 기역, which do you think is stronger?
리을 and 기역. 기역.
기역, because 기역 stops everything. 기역.
Yeah. 기역.
닭.
Yeah.
Even if you try to pronounce 닭,
닭.
the ending,
닭.
the final sound, 닭, 기역 is really strong. So it's bound to become 닭.
Okay.
And also in the next example that she took is 넉. It's like a soul, spirit.
Okay.
So here you have 기역 and 시옷, which is stronger.
Two ending consonants.
Yes, two ending consonants, which is stronger. 기역 again.
기역 again.
Yeah, so it doesn't become nut, but 넉.
So usually when you have two double consonants, one of them is silent.
Silent.
Is silent. You don't pronounce it. And when you have 기역, usually 기역 takes over because it has a stronger pronunciation.
Exactly. Whichever consonant that makes your mouth close or closed, I think that is the sound that you should choose.
Okay. But that's a very interesting question. And I'm thinking that many people who learn Korean, sometimes they're looking at a word and they don't really know how to pronounce it. And this could be a tricky issue.
Yeah.
So there you go. Thank you very much, 선생님, 현우 선생님,
You're
for
welcome.
your updates and for your answers today. If you have any more questions, listeners, you can always send them in on our Facebook page and also on our homepage, arirangradio.com/catchthewave. And we will have another edition of K-Talk with Hyunwoo next week again. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for all the questions and recordings, everybody.
Yeah, always a great pleasure. We'll play some music and stay with us. Catch the Wave continues, everyone. Officially Missing You Too. This is Geeks featuring Soyu of Sister.